Hello and welcome to the Stock Planner channel. This video is going to be about making an extra $100, $50 to $100 every month. Swing trading. I know that doesn't sound like a lot. You can make much more on investing in GameStop, a high risk venture, or doing some day trading where you have to sit in front of a computer every day. But we're going to do this with a full-time job and a little money, and we're going to learn how to do it consistently month after month, and this can be expanded and grown to make even more money. But before we do, I want to remind you that we're an education channel. We share ideas, learn from each other, do our own due diligence, take responsibility for our own trades. No one is advising anyone of anything, and don't take any advice from anybody on the internet. Do your own due diligence. Let's get started and see if we can earn $50 to $100 with very little effort using swing trading. To do swing trading or any kind of trading, you must start out with some good stocks or equities, ones that you know of and familiar with, have experience. I have a video on how to get these stocks, and I'll produce a new one in the next few weeks. Then you need to have a simple strategy, and I use a RSI, MACD, stochastic strategy. These are common strategies that lots of people use, and I've back tested it. And then I try to use it and achieve a good risk reward where I'm risking less than I'm going to be rewarded, and that my profit target is higher than my stop loss so that I always win more than I lose. And I like to enter it in defined risk trades at the beginning so that in case the market tanks, I know up front what I'm going to lose. So today we're going to talk about my strategy and how to pick a few stocks that will give us $50 to $100 every month on a minimal investment, say $2,500 to $5,000, which would achieve about 40% per year. Very good. And if you have more money, you can invest more and scale up, increase your revenues. Let's talk about the strategy. As I said, we're swing traders. We try to capture these major swings. And if we can do that, if we can capture these major swings up and down, we've made some serious bank. You can catch that and stay in, or you can capture the minor ones. And this is the Zigzag Indicator. It's perfect in every way. Never makes a mistake. But it looks to the future and repaints itself. So I use it to kind of gauge my other indicators that I use. This is the MACD, zero lag. And by the way, I have a video that shows the setups. And when the MACD is deep in the money, deep above the zero line, and the stochastic RSI, that's another indicator, has been above and the overbought, you can see it overbought, and came back around, and the RSI is in the overbought, coming back around. When all those three things occur, that's a good time. And this is earnings, so you have to wait just a day or two after that. But it could have made some money there. And if you stayed in, you could have stayed in longer, make some serious bank. But I would have probably got out there. And likewise, the opposite. If the MACD is below the zero, as it is, the stochastic RSI is oversold, coming back around. And so is the RSI coming back around. That's a time where you can go ahead and maybe take a risk and go long. And that would have been made you some serious bank and have been a great win. Now, you have that same situation. The RSI, the MACD is down way below the zero. I like that. The stochastic RSI is below the oversold, coming back around. And the the RSI is in the oversold and started to come back around, but not quite yet. The zigzag was going down, but the last few bars, it's kind of been leveled out. It doesn't know what it's doing. And when the zigzag doesn't know what it's doing, that's sort of an indication that might go up. And so, is this a time to go long? So that's my strategy. When all three indicators that I use, MACD, stochastic RSI, and the RSI, all occur within 2 or 3 days of each other. I take notice, and that's the time where I want to maybe go long. There's lots of indicators out there. This is just Trading View. It's free. You can use it to play with and set yourself up, and then later on, if you need more indicators, you can pay a little money, but you can get started for free. And they don't have a lot of things turned off. You can really use the package. And you can count these manually, the strategy. But I don't do that. I have a back testing program that I back tested it and counted the number of times these things occur and what would be my win rate. Let me show you. Strategy, all three, MACD, stochastics, and RSI occur at the same time. Up or down, count the win rates, and see if it works with your stock. This seems to be working pretty well. Instead of counting manually in TradingView, I use another software application called OmniBroker. And it's a charting program. It allows me to do back testing again with a portfolio of stock. In other words, I can take my watch list and back test it, see how my strategy does against that portfolio. And you can see it's the same chart that you would have in TradingView. This time I drew a 50 EMA, and the theory on that is if it's above the EMA, it's trending up. And this is target. Wow, there is a very good strong uptrend. This is the zero lag MACD, just like over in TradingView. There's stochastics RSI, just like over in TradingView, and the RSI, just like over in TradingView. I choose to put my zigzag like this and not on the chart, and I have mine throttled back to 7%. So I'm looking for 7% change, or I keep it, and that zigzag hasn't changed. Wow. This is the TTM squeeze. It's just something I use for momentum. But these indicators are exactly what I had over in TradingView. And what I've done is I programmed that strategy, and it looks something like this. My buy and sell with the RSIs below the 30, stochastics RSI has come around, and it had come around in the last 4 bars, and the MACD is below the zero line. And this is a little secret about not trading during times where we have a drastic crash. Anyway, and then one other thing is I have a profit target of 8%, and my stop loss is 18%. And there's a reason for that, is that once I'm in a trade, I want to stay in without getting stopped out. Let the trade ride a little bit. And I also use options, so I don't really need a stop loss. I have a defined risk trade, so I use options a lot. And I also tend to favor closing out my trades after 10 to 15 days. So that's my stop loss. Anyway, here I have a program. It looks like something like that, and you can program each one of these indicators in here. That's just a stochastic RSI indicator, and then I programmed it there. You just got to learn it. My background is computer programming, and I've got my degree from Penn State and Boston College, and so it was easy for me to program. So I'm going to do a back test on a portfolio of stocks. I'll get my watch list of stocks that I want to go against, and these are my S&P stocks. That watch list looks something like this. Okay, let's do an OK here. And these are the stocks that are on there: Square, Mineral Company, Netflix, Neo. Those are all stocks that I know and love. Do a watch list, and I can do a watch list all the way back through, but this time I'm just going to do a watch list back test from 1/1/20 till today, and I'll do some settings. The settings I use are profit target of 8%, stop loss 18%. I don't want to get stopped out, and I'm going to stop this trade after 18 trading days and see how we do. And we back tested it. Oh, I forgot one thing. We're trading with $100,000. Let's trade with $10,000. That's $5,000 margin and $5,000 in the bank. So back testing nearly 2 years back, starting out with $10,000, we made $6,400, $6,400. We had 373 trades, and every time we made a trade, we made $18, $17, 63 winners, 62% winners, and 36% losers. The further you go out, the longer and longer, these numbers should drop down a bit more. And I have went back to 4 years and put that data into a spreadsheet 4 years back, and it's still profitable. But some stocks didn't do well over this 4-year period. We'll take a look at that now. My system is profitable on a subset of stocks of about 350 stocks. Now let's narrow that down to the best. And put those results from my back test in a spreadsheet, a free Google spreadsheet with the watch list and each one of the stocks that are on my watch list, and put that information of 3.5 years back test and the percentage of winners and the number of winners for each one of the stocks on my watch list. And the first one we're going to look at is Fiverr. Fiverr is a freelance type work at home, sell your services type internet application. Supposed to be the wave of the future, especially if we go in a recession. People are going to be using it a lot, trying to sell their services. Currently trading at 171, and over the last 3.5 years, we received a net profit of $800 with 31 trades over the last 3.5 years. And that gives us a win rate of 74%. That's decent. And as you can see, they're looking a little above. Not all stocks work well with the strategy that I'm using. But even a 50% win rate, if you use a risk-reward profile where you're winning more, always winning more than you're losing, a 50% win rate would give you would be a profitable system. So this is definitely, one that I have some faith in based on the past, and we are using that past to say, okay, will this carry on into the future? And that's the basis of this. Using the past to give us confidence for the future. That's all it does. I don't know what the future is, and nobody else does either. I don't know how Fiverr is going to do. I know it has not been doing so well in the last few days. So let's do a back test on Fiverr. This is the chart. Gap down, not doing so hot, even though the last few days the stock market several times has achieved its all-time high. Fiverr is just hanging after bringing our program up. And we're going to choose 1 year from today. And today is 8/13 till present of 1 year. And I want to run against the current stock only. We're going to do both long and short trades, trading with about 10,000 capital. It's $5,000 bank and 5,000 margin. And we have our stops set at 18 and our profit target at 8. And we're going to end this mess after 18 days, 18 bars. Doing a back test, it goes this quickly, very quickly. And we see we have several trades for Fiverr over the last year. Let's do a review, and we would have made about $500, which would give us about 5% net profit for the year if this is the only stock we've. And this is based on your $10,000, but you weren't in the trade all the time, and so your risk adjusted, being in and out, your money's just sitting idle. Your risk, the amount of time that your money is at risk, was a lot less, and that's what I like about swing trading. And that return would be 112. Very good. We had 19 trades total over the year. That's a lot. Okay, and I usually like to try to find stocks that have about 6 trades a year, but 19 is a lot. And every time we made a trade, we made $25, $26. Good. Average bars held is about 7 bars. I like to see about a 10. And by the way, that average for all my stocks that I have in my watch list, all of them, not just one, but all of them, the average trade days are 10. And that's an interesting number because I usually like to try to escape from my trades after 10 trading days if it doesn't work out. If it goes my way, I have a win. If it doesn't go my way, I like to escape. And the win rate is 73%. That's really good. And 14 winners and 5 losers. I can do something with this. So $500 divided by, say, 10. There's 12 months. 10. That's about 50. That's about 45 a month. That's nearly $50 right there. $45 a month is nearly 50. And what we were set out to do is to make 50 to 100. What the point of this is that if you're just beginning, you could do this with 1 or 2 stocks as you're learning. Get a paper trading account and learn how to do this stuff a little more, but practice with that 1 or 2 stocks. You can get started right away. And you don't need to analyze hundreds and hundreds of stocks. You're working from a smaller list, and you get to know your stocks. Now, swing trading is mostly technical, but I think you need to know a little bit about what you're trading as well. So this enables, by trading a few stocks, getting started and learning your system, learning your strategy, you have a better chance of winning. So we put fiber on our list. The next one is Caterpillar. I always liked it. And these always swing really regular. These big industrials swing very nicely. Let's go to the thing with same settings. Back test it. Looks like we might have a winner here. And by double clicking, I can see where my signals were. So I got one there, and that's a win. Got one right there. And no, that's going to be a loser. That's probably a loser. That probably a loser. So, no, that's a winner. And this is a short. We have a current short. And there's my signals. MACD above the 0. Stochastic RSI coming around. And the RSI above the 70 and coming back around. That's a signal for short. Well, over the last year, it says I would have made $400 at a net profit of about 4% for the year. Better than the bank. I'm not sure it's going to beat inflation these days. And at risk adjusted is very interesting because you have your money to use somewhere else. You got 9 trades and you had 7 winners, which gave you a 78% win rate. That's as good as it gets. And every time you place a trade, you made $44. Nice. And the average bars held is about 14. Again, that average is 10. At 10 that I look for, because I start looking to get out at 10, win or lose, go my way, not go my way. It takes some of the pressure off because I can kind of just forget about it for 10 days, see how things are working out, and then make a decision. So we'll put this on the list. So we had 500 plus 400 is 900. We need around 1,200 to make $100 a day. Let's see if we can find one. Home Depot is one that everybody likes. Now, this was not my first choice. My first one was HPQ, which is a Hewlett-Packard a printer company, technical company, but I wanted to get something a little more basic, like Caterpillar, and Home Depot. These stocks, we already had a technical, by the way. These two stocks are going to be here in bad times, recession and inflation. So that's why I picked it. And I actually didn't really look to see what the win rate was. Let's see what it is now, though. Running the same back test, and we have some statistics there. Let's do a summary. And we have about 250. We needed 300. We had 900 before. We needed 300. We're close. Okay, and this is close enough. Okay, so net profit is 2.44. This is not doing as good. We had 10 trades, and every time we placed a trade, we had $24. Now I have a list, a big long list of stocks that do well in my indicators, and these are not the best on that list. It's just something that you could get started with and develop your own list of best stocks to trade with your strategy. You could use my strategy or your own strategy. I'm just telling you, a lot of people start out with the RSI and then they work up to the MACD and the RSI. These are very common. Anyway, the win rate here is 70%. Good enough. There's lots of people that trade with strategies that are 50%. So, and how many trades did we get? 10 trades. So I have 3 stocks that are good starter stocks. Let's do one more thing. Our backtester is very robust, and I can put those 3 stocks on a watch list. There they are. On a portfolio, and test the whole portfolio for the year and see what I get. In other words, what I'm saying is I've got $5,000 in my bank and $5,000 margin, or sometimes more. And if I just played these 3 stocks, what would I get at the end of the year? You just play these 3 stocks in the morning for about 15-20 minutes, based on my signals. How many trades a month, and how much would I win if I did that? So, selecting those 3 stocks and doing a back test on all 3, you can see that starting last year on the 21st, I sold Caterpillar, or I bought Caterpillar for long, and it was profitable. I reached my 8%, I reached the profit target, and got in my pocket $88. And I reached the 8%. So every time you see about 8%, you've achieved your profit. This one here is a loss, and after 18 bars, it turned out to be a loss. That was FVRR in November. Anyway, let's do a summary again. Oh, let's become your profit as you go along. Looks like I'm going to have about $1,200, close to $1,200. Initial capital, 10 grand. That's my bank of 5 and my margin. I made $1,100 bucks, $1,150 sort of, which for the year was 11%. I don't know. Warren Buffett's getting 20, 78 risk adjusted. Now remember, I don't have my money being played all the time, so over that course of events, I've executed about 40 trades, 38. So 40 times 10 days for each trade, 400. And say you have 5 or 6 trades going on at a time. That gives you 200 trading days, and there's 253. You got plenty of money left over, and you can trade up to about 12. With this kind of bank, you can trade up around 12 trades with your margin at a time. So you have plenty of money to play with. The win rate is 73%, 74%. I love it. And 10 losers, 28 winners, nearly $100 a month, trading just 3 stocks. There's 74, 72 for Caterpillar, DraftKings 75%. There's a 78 Neo, 70 Katos. I like Katos, but I've had my share of losses. Pays, VDX, Nevada 66, Platar 71. So there's plenty on the list, and as long as you get 50% or better, Nike 58 win rate, and you would have that's not good though. That net profit over the last 4 years is not good. Oh, and the win rate wasn't good either. Okay, I was on the wrong line. Let's look the one up above it. Boeing. I like that's industrials. Nike, not so hot. 33% win rate. That's not so good. So these are my things on my list, but not all of them are terrific with this particular trading system. Okay, so I have other ones that I use too, and one of them is mean reversion. So there's some stocks that revert better than others, and then I also have one that's flatlining up, and those stocks are trending up, and then I use an MACD indicator almost exclusively on that, or that's trend up ones. And then even on the swing trader, sometimes if I feel the market is not going to move, I like to find the stocks that are not moving at all. So I have different strategies, but all those strategies, I use these basic same subset of the market, and then apply certain different strategies to each one of those stocks on the watch list. This one is the strategy I just showed you, percent winners, and I can switch those here. Well, back to fiber. Is this stock going up or is it going down? We've shown that the indicators are showing that it should go up. Based on our history, hey, I got some confidence in this one. Caterpillar, is it coming down or going up? Our indicators say it's going down soon. What do you think? Zigzag doesn't know what it's doing. It was going up, so now we assume it's thinking about going down. This is on the 0 line, so we don't necessarily hold true to that. There's no indication here right at the moment, and RSI, stochastics, this is RSI. RSI is not doing anything either, so nothing's happening right now with Home Depot. Zigzag thinks it might go down. That's about it. Our other indicators are not showing anything. Over here, back in May, everything looked like it was going up, and it did go up for a little while. Likewise, in June. So in conclusion, you have to start out with some good stocks. You have to apply your strategy against those stocks. Pick the stocks that work well with your indicator or strategy. And then once you're in a trade, based on your strategy, you have to manage it. And I'm going to leave that part to another video. I'm going to end it here, but there is one more step to this strategy. Once I enter a trade, I usually enter it in as an option play. It gives you even more probability of success and requires less capital. I'm going to show you that in the next video. But for now, this is the setup, and I'm going to give you one more reward for staying with the video this long. Back to the back test, selecting all my stocks on my master watch list, which looks like this, looks like that, and it's all the stocks that I have on that I'm watching. But instead of back testing from a set of dates, I'm going to just use the last bar to get the current signals using my strategy. And here's the latest. Apple, long here, and that would have nice long here. That finished nice too. Shorts, not so nice. Anyway, these are all stocks that I can look at further for Monday. So you see how I do it? I have a strategy that I back tested and trust, and then each day, at the end of the day, or during the day, I'll run this report to see which stocks I should be trading based on that strategy that I have confidence in. 75% win rate. You got it? Well, happy trading. Let me know what you think about this. Do your own due diligence. Don't take yourself too seriously. Catch you in the flip.